It's Postcard Today with Amy and
Jeff.
Hello, hello. I think it's actually Postcard Today with Jeff and Amy. But,
Okay, well,
works both ways.
you're the brains behind this, so you get first credit on the
Okay.
news.
Well, I do all the editing, so, you know,
Yes.
that's not nothing. Yeah.
We can put you in a sub-credit
Oh, okay.
where they put all the
Producer.
animators and all that stuff.
Sure. I
Ah,
like it.
Yes, indeed.
Well, here we are in Papeete again. Isn't it beautiful? Look behind us. This is not photos. It's not a screen.
Screensaver at all.
No. We're right here in the marina, and the main thoroughfare is back there where those cars are going. Crossing that street is not for the faint of heart.
No, you do need to really stop and wait for the little walkie guy before you start crossing the streets.
And he's
Otherwise-
the fastest walkie guy I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, we were
I mean,
actually running.
You have to trot across the street or you're not going to make it. And I don't think those cars would stay stopped for you.
Not too long.
No.
But
So,
we were prepared, so we
Yeah.
knew what we were doing.
exactly. Got our stuff done. But going back to, since we talked to you last, some of the things that we've done. So, since we talked to you last, we went to Bora Bora, which we had a guide earlier in the week say it was boring. I don't know if I buy that.
I don't know either.
I don't. It was pretty lovely.
So if you come to French Polynesia, be prepared for a really slow, nothing kind of vacation.
Exactly.
No matter where you go, you're going to see traditional clothing and pearls everywhere.
True.
Um,
Do not worry. Yeah.
Yeah.
That you missed the last pearl on the island, because there'll be another shot.
Ugh. But it's a whole totally different way of life, except for when people are in cars and then they want to get somewhere. Every place else, it's just very slow and easy.
And rustic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing too fancy. Yeah. Just moving along. Yeah. So, in Bora Bora, we just, we found a pub. We uploaded the last episode. Took us a couple hours because I had some technical difficulties. It was right across the street from a grocery store.
Oh, my goodness.
I kind of like going to grocery stores in other countries. I think it gives you an insight to how the people live and the kind of products they have. I just find it interesting. So,
Well, if you buy local or regional stuff, the prices
that.
are pretty okay.
Mhm.
We actually saw a bag of Fritos. It wasn't a giant one.
No, just
like
your
a 10 or 12 ounce bag.
your everyday bag of Fritos that would cost $3.99.
It's $12.
Yeah. Well, I think it was 10, but
Well, the next size up.
it was astronomical.
It
so,
was.
No, I don't think there's a lot of Fritos being eaten in this.
Well,
It's special cakes and Grandma, it's Christmas. Can we have Fritos today?
although I did see some of the crew buying
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Um,
That woman must have spent $20 on an extra size bag.
Oh yeah, we saw somebody on the coming back on the tug or on the tender. She had a big bag of Lay's, and that had to be a $20 bag. Absolutely.
Oh, and everybody wanted to open it on the start sharing.
She's like, oh no.
These are mine.
But then, we got in to Bora Bora at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, which was unusual. I mean, it's the first time we come in,
Yeah.
and
half
we
the
weren't
day's
there
gone.
when we woke up. Yeah. So we just had our regular evening, and then the next morning, I had 2 dives. The first one is at 8 o'clock. So I, of course, took the 7 o'clock tender over to make sure. And so I sat there. But
And Amy wanted to be awake a little bit, so she woke me up at 5:30.
I was ready. I was nervous, but I was ready. Yes. But I shouldn't have been, because this was the nicest dive company that I found. I booked another dive with them in a few days because we're going to be back in Bora Bora. But first of all, they had a boat that had a cover. God forbid,
Yeah.
I don't have to sit there broiling in the sun. It was a 2-tank dive, which is the first time I've done that here in French Polynesia. So they have 2 tanks where you come up, you sit for a little bit, they drive usually to another location, and then they switch out your tanks for you. They do everything. Yeah, they set up our equipment. It was like we were guests or something.
We were.
Paying guests. Just, yes, help me on the boat, help me off the boat. Loved them. It was just like being in
What was the name of the company?
Bora Diving. Yes. Plugged to Bora Diving, so absolutely. The first dive, we saw a lot of black-tipped sharks. And
Sharks.
yes, little sharks, not big sharks, little sharks. Maybe 4 or 5 feet long. Didn't really get too close to us. They weren't too interested in us. A lot of fish, a lot of coral, just more of the same. I didn't have the camera this time because Jeff had it for an excursion we're going to talk about in a little bit. And then we came up and we went over to the lagoon. So supposedly the best place to dive in all of Bora Bora is in the Blue Lagoon. We're over there, and dude
Is that
says,
from the movie Fame?
I don't know. Yeah, I heard somebody saying Blue Lagoon, and I'm like, Iceland? In Reykjavik?
No, I was thinking of the movie with
Brooke Shields. Yeah. No, it wasn't that. So we get over there, and he says, all right, don't get distracted by the little cutie fish. We're not here to look at fish. We're here for the manta rays. And I'm like, okay. He says, now, there's a plan. We're gonna dive, and we might go a little deeper, and I might have you sitting on the sand. You might be holding on to coral, because they're gonna go right over our heads. And if they go over your heads, don't breathe for like 7 seconds. Okay. Number one, not achievable. Because you're either, if you're hooked up to scuba tank, you're either breathing or exhaling. There is no in between. Not for me. That's probably why I use so much air, right?
So,
I think so. But, so anyway, I saw a manta ray. It was 12 feet from tip to tip. It was the most incredible thing. Long, they have these curly, cute things on the sides of the mouth. His mouth was open. He was gathering plankton. That's what they eat. I could see down into his gullet. It was incredible. So we got pretty close. We probably said 10 or 12 mannas. And we went back and all just gushed over it and took people back to where they were staying. 2 people were staying at over the water bungalows. They were gorgeous. We when we were diving for the mannas, we were right by the St. Regis.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The little grass huts are $2,000 a night.
Oof. Then we took somebody back to a catamaran that they were sailing with another couple. He was a coastie stationed in Hawaii. Entirely too thin, too tall, and too good looking for my taste. So, you know how some people just have life by the tail? Oh my God. I guess some people would say that about us. Then I went back, and Jeff was waiting right there on the shore, getting ready for his excursion. So so I was ready for the next excursion. So we checked in, we get on this little boat, and why don't you take over, Jeff? Now, we're going to have camera for this part, which is probably pretty good.
We have some videos, and it's pretty cool. So this was, looked like something out of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. It was a air-supplied helmet dive, and these helmets weigh upwards of 50.
I thought it was 80 pounds.
Was it 80 pounds?
That's what I thought.
And so they have them on a block and tackle, and there's a little thing that carries it out to over the water. You get down the water up to your shoulders, and they lower the helmet down on you, and yeah, you can feel it pretty
Oh,
quick.
right away.
So,
Now, you got to leave your glasses on.
yes, that was really amazing.
Yeah, so you could see the whole
They had
time.
me tip my head up so they could see my glasses and get the helmet on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that added a whole new dimension, being able to
Exactly.
actually see and not just see little colored blurs going around.
So you got the thing stuck to your head, you know,
Yep.
the air coming in, and you breathe
Normally,
normal.
yeah.
Okay. Now, when you look to the side, it was a little bit, it wasn't just
Yeah.
peripheral vision, it was like a whole different view.
Whole
So
and
that
the
was a little
depth.
disorienting.
Well, the glass was different distances from your head, so when you turned to the side, the glass was closed. When we were looking towards the front, it was far away.
Okay.
So we go down about 10 to 12 feet,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of got to get your balance because there is current going on.
Oh, yeah.
And even with 80 pounds of weight, you're sort of bobbing back and forth.
Your legs want to go out from under you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they taught us that if you ever feel like you're going to fall, just drop to your knees real quick, get your balance back, and then stand up.
Yeah. Easy.
Um,
Yeah. Wow.
yeah.
Easy.
And the great thing about this was there were only 6 people on the entire excursion.
Uh-huh.
And so, of course, they took a hankering to Amy.
I don't know why.
And they said, we're here. We called the boss. He says, you can jump in too.
Awesome.
So she got to do the excursion. Unfortunately, there was an Oceana person there, and I'm trying to get her to play it down. Because I can't tell anything about this woman. Is she going to write them up?
Oh, I hope not. She was chatting with them. They were all friends.
Maybe so.
So they equip you with a little baguette and a little mesh bag.
Tied to the
And-
bottom of your helmet.
Exactly. So you just kind of shake that, and those fish, they come a running.
Yeah.
They descend upon you, as you'll see in the clips that we have on. There were 2 scuba divers down there with us,
Yeah.
just to make sure
Everything
nobody
was
had
okay.
trouble, and they were taking pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah. So of course they had a picture package for you to buy, which was fine. I was glad to buy it.
Yeah.
They were lovely.
I mean, because they let you go. It was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we did get some great video footage. We hope to get processed over the next couple days and inserted in here for you to look at. I was
Just to isolate in
Yeah.
on the good stuff. It was
Yeah.
everything was great. Yeah. So the camera did work well down there, and we just swam with fishes. She found some anemones.
sea anemones.
Anemones. That's the word. So they were cool. You were over there kind of fishing with them, and there was some
Yeah.
cool fish over there with them.
I don't know if
And
we got good photos of that, but we might have.
How about the manta ray?
Manta ray.
No,
was
he
not
was a
cool.
stingray. Well, he wasn't a manta ray because he wasn't
It
big
was a
enough.
small one.
He was a ray. Yeah.
He was a ray. I don't know that he was a stingray.
He wasn't even a ray.
He wasn't a Chevrolet.
He was only a ray.
It wasn't a Chevrolet. Right. He'd come up to you almost like a puppy and nudge
Yep.
you, just bump into you, and he wanted his belly rubbed.
Mhm.
And
I had
the top
trouble
of him was
touching him
sandpaper.
because of the depth perception.
Yes.
You don't know how far you're reaching, and you're not reaching far enough. I touched him a couple times, and when the fish were nibbling at my sack, I was reaching out, trying to. Every once in a while, I could touch a little one. So that was.
Well, I was
cool.
surprised how those little fish hit the sack with the force that they
Oh.
hit it with and pulled.
I know you could film crunching.
Yeah. So I ended up making up a different technique. I would get the baguette and the mesh, and I would roll it in my hands and squeeze it, and then all the breadcrumbs would float up. Then I could see,
Yes.
because otherwise the fish are right in your face.
Yes.
So then I could look up and try to do something artsy by aiming the camera up to the surface of the water and getting these
Sure.
silhouettes of the fish.
Sure.
I did.
Huh?
I did.
You did great. I was very proud of you. Water is not your favorite thing,
It is not.
and
And that's the story coming up.
True. So yeah, if we ever have a chance to do that again,
I
think
would.
I would. But you got to have bread, I think, or it's not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot of fish there, just hungry fish, and They were beautiful.
Yeah, we had a little coral mountain for a
Mhm.
backdrop.
Mm-hmm.
Some smaller corals all around us. And we had about a area 20 meters, 60 feet
Cordoned off.
cordoned off. And so if you felt like you were floating away towards the edge, you could always grab the rope and stop yourself from being swept out to who knows where.
I was just as happy on my knees. Because, you really felt like you were in control when you were low. And, the current was kind of going over you then. So.
Yep.
So then when you got out, you just had to climb the ladder, and you got to the top. You climbed slowly. They attached the hook to your helmet.
Disconnected the air first,
Uh-huh.
and then pulled the helmet
Pull it
right
off
up.
and climb in and
Yeah.
sit down and, yeah. Now, you had to clear. Yeah, clearing your
going
ears
down, yeah.
was a little different.
Yeah, because you can't.
You had to reach under. I had an itchy
Forehead.
My forehead was itching, and I was like, oh. I tried. It was not happening. I'm just like, go away, itch.
Yep. So I didn't have those problems, and
Mhm.
I did the moving the jaw technique.
That's what worked for me too.
Yeah.
The jaw, and then he said something about saliva and swallowing.
Swallowing it.
I didn't. I was surprised because I'm usually doing my nose a lot when I scuba, so
Yep.
it worked. Might have to do the jaw thing more.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So after we did that,
We went to an island that we can actually say the name with high level of confidence.
Raiatea.
Raiatea.
That was the next day. So we woke up that morning in Raiatea, and we got off. We tried to do some shopping.
It's a pretty stop.
It is, and there's a fair amount of shopping right close, easy to do,
Yes.
easy to navigate. Evidently a lot to do there too. We had signed up for an excursion in the afternoon to ride a catamaran
Around the lagoon.
around a lagoon. So it was a 3-hour tour that ended well.
Yes, it did.
So it was. We were on a catamaran with probably 25 other people.
At least.
Yeah.
It was pretty crowded.
Yeah.
Not great, but
So it's one of those catamarans where the whole deck was open, and there wasn't much space below. So I never went below, but Jeff went below. So for the facilities.
Yeah.
But, so they take us out about an hour. And we went past the tiniest little VRBO you ever seen. We don't know if it is, but
yeah, I doubt it's
I hope
really
not. It looks very rustic.
pretty okay, rustic. That's a good way.
Yeah.
But there were
Pretty
people
exposed.
living there because I saw the people.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I never saw people.
Yes.
Okay.
It might come out in the photo.
Okay.
So then we kitted up and tried to go snorkeling. And no sooner did we get in the water, it's not a matter of getting wet. It started raining.
Hard.
And the sun disappeared, so you didn't have any light down below to see anything. And I
But
guess
it felt amazing.
what?
It felt really good.
Oh, the water was great. Yes.
Yes, it was cool. It felt good. I wasn't worried about getting sunburned. I was loving the rain. I don't think you were loving the rain like I was. But yeah, I'm kicking around going, come on, let's go. You were doing well. You had your little noodle, and our camera died.
So we're now 2 for 2 underwater cameras.
And we looked for them today in Papeete. They're just too expensive.
They're double the cost of what we had paid
It was $1,000 for the GoPro.
for the GoPro. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, the
that's too
GoPros were kind of disappointing
much.
because
Right.
they're only 10 meters,
Yeah, that's not deep enough.
30 feet.
Yeah.
Whereas the Ryko that we had was good down to 17 meters, so 45 feet. No, a little bit more than that, probably just under 50 feet, which is pretty good for shallow dive.
And I had taken it deeper, which may have contributed to.
No, you took it on the day before. So it worked one day. The next day we went.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't know what happened to it. So though, at some point in the beginning of our snorkeling adventure, we're off to the side. Jeff's not. He had a full face mask, and that wasn't working for you.
The fit, I think it
Your
didn't
beard.
seal
Yeah.
around my beard. Water was just leaking through. So I got a traditional little one.
Yes. So I swam to the side of the boat. I'm yelling up there, "Hey, somebody yell me send me a mask." Okay, now now throw me a snorkel. So we get them, and we got all this stuff in our hands, and I'm like, "Where's the camera?" And the little floaty thing had come unattached. Evidently, it's stripped, or
Yeah, the threads were stripped.
yes. So I look down, and there it is on the bottom of the ocean. It was a good 20 feet down there.
Yeah,
I did it.
you did.
I took one great big breath,
And
kicked like hell, went down there and got it, and brought it up, and I was quite triumphant. Ta-da! But it
Good
didn't
fail,
work.
yeah.
It didn't work after that, so all for naught.
yes, indeed.
Yeah.
They're still cool.
Mm.
What else?
So then we came back slow on the boat, and they blew their horns, and they sang on their ukuleles. It was
No, I don't know if I got the horn. I know I got the ukulele, but we'll have to wait and see what we got.
on the conch shell.
Yeah.
Yes. So then that was the last night for a lot of people on board. About 400 people. They were looking kind of sad last night
Yeah.
at dinner.
Normally, we like to get to happy hour around 5 when it starts, so you can at least get a seat at the bar. This trip, people were there early, and it was kind of hard to get a seat, except for last night. And we got good seats, because the guests that were getting off today had to have their bags packed and outside their doors by 8 o'clock.
That's right.
So I guess they sacrificed happy hour for dinner and packing.
Yeah.
So,
So we had a nice dinner. Did you know it's our anniversary? February 28th?
yeah. We did not know that. Somehow, Oceana has that down as our anniversary, and they actually called me up to remind me. I'm going like, what? It says, yes, it's your anniversary this week. And I'm looking at Amy, and Amy's going like, I don't know.
Yeah, so all those people that were at our wedding, yeah, that wasn't the real wedding. And, we were already married by then.
Yeah, we snuck off. We eloped first. That was funny. So at the end, they brought us a nice chunk of chocolate cake with happy anniversary on it and a candle.
And for somebody who hasn't had a lot of sugar in a while, that was the best damn cake I've had in a long time. I loved it.
Yes.
It was very good. Yes, so when we woke up, we were in Papeete, and we're hearing announcements, this group, blah, blah, go, get your butts off the boat now.
There was no sleeping at 8 o'clock.
No, everybody was going, so.
And you heard people clunking down the
stairs.
aisles with their carry-on. I don't know why they did their carry-ons with them. Well, maybe they needed a little bit for the last night.
Yeah.
But you could have, seems like some of these people were carrying 3 bags.
Sometimes it's easier to take your own bags off, because then you don't have to try and find them with everyone else's bags at the end. So we've done it both ways. Next time we won't be able to, because we have too many bags.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be able to handle them all ourselves. So when we woke up this morning, here we were in Papeete Day again, and we had the day here, and
It's another scorcher here.
yes,
Oh.
like we went to a marine shop, or a sports equipment shop, and I was able to get a new mask to replace the one that's on the bottom of the ocean somewhere here.
I don't know that you mentioned what happened to your mask yet.
Oh, do you remember the dive where I was getting off and the person broke their finger?
Yes.
I was taking off my BCD, the vest, and I had my mask around my wrist, which now I know you pull your wrist down, your ass down around your neck.
Yeah.
So it slipped off, and it's in the bottom of, it's here in Papiete somewhere. So but I was able to get a nice mask.
Yeah.
And I bought a new dive computer too.
Yeah.
It was inexpensive. It's very rudimentary.
It'll work.
It'll work. Yeah. It'll tell me how deep I am.
Yeah. So our electronics
We have a curse on
we
us.
have three.
See this
dead.
little black cloud around us right now? Hopefully it's drifting away soon because
Yes.
we can't keep the space up.
Okay. Well, why don't we talk about who the
Sure.
recipient
Oh,
of the postcard is?
the postcard today is going to one of my nearest and dearest and longest friends, Linda in Iowa. Thank you for watching, Linda. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm carrying you around here in my heart.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, wow, she's
The rest
most
of you,
wonderful person.
yeah.
She is. But where are we going next? You were going to
All
talk
right.
about.
Yes.
So now we're on a whole new leg.
Right.
We're leaving French Polynesia soon. What?
I was going to say that.
Oh, okay.
That was
say
my
it.
turn to talk.
Say it.
So yes, at about 10:30 tonight,
Mhm.
we start sailing on the second leg. We've already traveled 1,912 nautical miles
That's a lot.
in the first leg.
Mhm.
So our next leg will take us from here to Sydney, Australia. And
Good
that's
day,
gonna
mate.
be- Good day, mate. So yes, we're going to be traveling to some different islands that neither of us been to, places
Yeah.
like Samoa and Fiji. It's going to be interesting,
Yeah.
and
We're going to
this-
take you along with. So.
yes, and this leg is 21 days as well, 22,
Wow. That's a
Yeah.
long leg.
21. Well, yeah, we actually leave at 11. So let's call it it's a 22-day sail.
Oofa. Hey, you know what? We get a new bottle of champagne with every leg.
Yes,
So,
that's why we're having it now.
here's to our new champagne that's going to be gone before we even take off, probably.
Then we
darn.
scored for people that don't drink.
Imagine that.
Imagine that. We got 2 more bottles of champagne and a bottle of wine.
Love those people.
Well, we did lend them. Yeah.
Oh,
never mind.
yeah, or stain remover
I
stuff
figured-
for the laundry. Well,
I'll
that's an
tell
even
Carla.
trade.
I'll tell Carla that's an even trade. So yeah, I guess
That's it
about
for now. So, yeah, we're going to be off the grid a little bit. Well, tomorrow we're back in Raiatea,
Mhm.
and the next day in Bora Bora, and I'm going to be, I'll be diving. Probably won't have a camera, so not much to say.
Yeah, this will be interesting. This may be a 21-day
Mhm.
because on this leg we cross the international date line and lose a day.
That's going to be that'll be a
Experience.
whole podcast in itself. It's
Yeah.
the international date line. I mean,
We'll see if they're doing any entertainment or things to celebrate.
I'm excited. I know my
Um,
friend June is very excited about it, so I can't wait to document it for him.
If anybody likes to read stories, nautical stories about submarines and stuff, we have a recommendation for a book called Blind Man Bluff. We're not
Blind
gonna say,
Man's Bluff.
yeah, we're not going to say any more about it, but it's supposed to be a really good story. Submarines and all that stuff. So, with that, we say Maruru.
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 Nana. Maruru is
Is
thank you.
yes, for
Well,
watching.
thank you for watching.
Maruru for watching.
But we're not going to have much Nana time left. We're almost out. We'll be out of Polynesia soon.
Yes.
So, yes.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what Fiji and Samoa count as. We'll figure that out as we get there. All right. Let's call this one a wrap.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Adios, my
Adios.
Nana.
No, no.